Next up is Chapter 6. We're going to talk about the voices screen. So we've gone through home and effects, and we've talked about the setup and configuration and stuff like that. We're going to go into voices now. We're going to see how that works. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to turn off all the other effects. I'm going to turn on the harmony block because that's reliant on the voices. So if you don't have harmonies activated, you're not going to hear any voices. And of course, that wouldn't help me to show you how this stuff works. So I'm going to grab my guitar here as well, and I'm just going to give myself a chord. Oh, it's getting out of tune. Awesome. If I go high voice, hey, you can hear the harmony. There it is. Okay. So now what I've done is you've seen the same way that I turned on and off an effect, I can actually do that with the harmony voices. I can say I want a high harmony. I want a higher harmony. This is related to using natural play. So at this point we're saying we're using high, higher, octave up. We're not using a shift. We're not using +5 semitones or -7 semitones or notes mode or any of that kind of stuff. This is just talking about when you're, say, playing an instrument or you're listening to a track that's coming in, or you're sending it, keyboard MIDI information, but that you're just the natural play type keyboard information, not specific notes. The harmonies are just related to the positions that we have them within our harmony block. So we're doing harmony. I really should tune that. I'll be back after I tune it. Okay, so that sounds a little bit better. All right, so we're gonna add a high harmony. There it is. Now the same way that the slider effects worked in the effects screen, we can actually use slider effects here to select the harmony level, which is really cool. So if I want more harmony, just turn them all up. There it is, louder, and then way in the background, and then we kind of blend it in somewhere around there. Sounds pretty good, pretty good. Because you sometimes want to sort of be subtle with the harmonies, so that they really can be a complement to what you're singing, but not overpower you. So how do we work with these actual buttons? Well, I turn on the other harmonies I want. I want to try a higher and high. Hey there, now I've got 2 voices of harmony. Cool, right? I can add an octave up to that. Now it's getting even bigger. You can add a low voice to that. Now we got a low voice in there too. So you can hear how I'm adding all these voices in. A little trick about the harmony logic and how it works, because we only have 4 voices. So when we have turned on all 4, well, what happens if I press a 5th voice? The voice you turned on first turns off first. It gets replaced first. So you can see I went high, higher, octave up, low. When I add lower, high is going to disappear. Okay, because now I still have 4 voices available to me. And you'll see, you kind of chase your tail as you do this. So remembering which order they turned on, or that you turn them on in, will help you to remember which order they're going to disappear in as you add harmony voices. I tend to just turn the one that I want off. So if I wanted to say an octave down and an octave up, and then bass, and then I said, oh, I want something different. Instead of me pressing lower and remembering, oh, I turned on bass last, so now it's going to turn off, and lower is going to turn on. Or sorry, I turned on high first, so it's going to turn off. See, I already got confused. I just say, I don't want the bass voice anymore. I want the lower voice instead. And that helps me to keep more clear in my head what's going on. So there's an overview of the voices screen. And then we'll go into to how to actually edit the voices screen in their own video. It'll be the next section.